So I think regardless of what happens with Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers will address the position in the draft, probably with one of their earlier picks, if possible. And
I think what Aaron Rodgers wants to see is how early are you drafting a quarterback? Because if he's going to go and be the starting quarterback for a year, if they draft somebody, just say, in the first round, then the second he isn't playing well or up to the expectations that many people have, there's going to be, people calling for his job. And so I think what Aaron is probably looking at is to say, all right, let me see how the draft shakes out. Let's see what happens. Let's see where you actually take the guy that maybe is your quarterback of the future before I commit to you for the 2025 season. And I would just say no quarterback.
I asked Mike Tomlin today, how much of your draft plans have you and Aaron Rodgers discussed? He said it hasn't come up at all. Also, if they wait until the Tuesday after the draft to sign him, then that helps them in terms of compensatory draft picks for next year. So there's a couple reasons this might still stretch out beyond the draft.
Okay. Beyond the draft would be a tough thing to think about, but we will see.
Yeah, a lot of conversation with the coaches today about the play, and you're hearing some of the things that I think are being said behind closed doors about, is it a play that carries a higher injury risk? They don't have enough data yet to support that, but you heard the Bills coach, Sean McDermott, and his team's one of the ones that uses it the most, talk about how they might want to be proactive and not wait until there's a whole bunch of injury data, but get out in front on a play that might carry some additional injury risk. So they're talking about it differently than they have at the last couple of years' annual meetings.
Think, kickoffs. Like that's one of the reasons kickoffs have been adjusted. It's because of that. When you get into these short yardage situations, you don't have that. You have guys 6 inches apart, leaning into each other, basically. And I would just say this, too, like in terms of the idea that it's a foregone conclusion that people are getting the first down. Look, it's just not the case league-wide. There are there's just a few teams that are good at it. It's because they have big, strong quarterbacks. They have big, strong guards. They have a center that can play. So I look at it as a personnel advantage. I look at it as, look, if you're going to invest in quarterbacks that are big, strong guys, if you're going to invest in guards that are big, strong guys, you're going to be better at it than other people. People also have plays off of it. Like the Eagles line up in that formation and have perimeter plays. I think they're out in front of this a little too far.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I can't believe this has gotten the legs that it has when there's really only 2 teams that do it well because of their personnel. Nonetheless, we could go all day. Tim and Dan, thank you very much. Additions this offseason on the defensive line and at running back.
And then you have a 32-year-old quarterback coming off of serious injury.